incentive. Don't go home, work long hours, we'll give you more salary, right? Again, let's go back to over here. The next implication, if MR is less than MC, you see here, your profits start decreasing. So what is your implication here? We need to go up. So we will say that remove the night shifts, evening shifts, because we need to cut our production, right? So that we are on MC is equal to MR and we enjoy the maximum profit. Here we go. If MR greater than MC, increase the quantity here, increase production. When MR is less than MC, decrease production. And when MR is equal to MC, that is your goal, maximize profit. So I have a very nice hint for you guys to understand. So you see here, whenever omit this M, see R and C. If revenue greater than cost, you increase the production. If revenue is less than the cost, decrease production. If it is hard for you to remember these conditions, just remember that if marginal revenue, focus on revenue, is greater, produce more. If marginal revenue is less, produce less. Understand? So what we have learned, a profit maximum condition here, that we know that in competitive market, price is equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. And the profit maximization is MR is equal to MC. If market price is 10, it means your profit will be maximum at which condition? If MR 10 is equal to MC is equal to 10. And that would be your average revenue as well. So look at the beauty of this condition. You don't have to make long graphs, collect data, go hectic hours to make, Excel sheet, connect, and use different formulas. Just remember one condition. That's it. MC is equal to MR. That is your profit maximum condition. And condition for what? You need to produce at that level, right? When you produce where MC is equal to MR, that is your goal. If you're producing less, then increase production. If you're producing higher, then decrease production. So now, recall our discussion regarding previous chapter that MC is upward sloping, right? Like this. Yeah, this is not true. Why? Because MC is not crossing its minimum. We need to make a new one. The MC is upward sloping. Yes, it is upward sloping. ATC is U-shaped curve. Yes, and MC crosses its minimum. The bottom of U-shaped curve called efficient scale. Now we are going to apply all these. So we know that average variable cost is less than the average total cost. So now, if you see here, that concept is also true where we need to produce at this level where our cost is minimum. So if we are producing here at that point, MC is less than ATC, so that managerial discussion that we talk about in our production, cost of production chapter. If MC is less than ATC, produce more. If you are here where MC is greater than ATC, then produce less. So you are in this region as well, right? So did you notice something? Okay, we'll talk about in our coming slide. So if you draw, I think it's better if I draw myself to give you nice understanding. This is the average total cost, which is a U-shaped curve. And we have MC, which is upward sloping and crosses the ATC at its minimum. Then we have the average variable cost, which is also a little bit U-shaped, but it is less than the average total cost. Since we are dealing with competitive market. In competitive market, price is constant. So price is not upward or downward because everybody's price taker. Here we go. And we know that in perfect competition, price is equal to AR. So that is the revenue structure of competitive market. So where we need to produce? If we don't have this revenue line here, if we don't have this line here, then we would say that we need to produce MC is equal to MR here, because it will minimize our cost. But I told you, the analysis changes when we have different market structure, because the market structure changes the influence of production and price. Means pricing and production decisions are changed, regarding in which type of market we are. In competitive market, we are price takers, but concept of profit maximization is the same. MC is equal to MR. So where is the point where we can have MC is equal to MR? Here we go. This is MC and this is also MR. So this is the point where MC is equal to MR. So finding out that point in a graph will tell us what? Where we need to produce. That quantity is called Q max. Why? By producing Q max, our cost will be on cost line. So that would be our cost. And the market price of this production quantity would be on, this is the price. So price minus average total cost. So this difference, you earned profit. That rectangular shape here, let me change the color and give you a nice idea here. So this, sorry. Okay, right? So where we need to produce? Where MC is equal to MR. So MC is equal to MR is here. So that's why we saw this, we call this quantity Q max. So let me draw one more time. And this time I will be a little bit quick. So this is the average total cost. And this is the marginal cost. We don't need the average variable cost right now, so I'm just drawing the price line here. So price is equal to average total cost. So price is equal to average revenue minus marginal revenue. So where we need to produce, where MC is equal to MR. This point, MC is equal to MR. It tells us that point about my drawing. So we need to produce this one because it will minimize our cost. So producing this much quantity, what is the cost? Cost is that it's cost line, and price is on the price line. So you want to find out what is the market price of Qmax. The market price is on price line, and the how much it cost you, this is the cost. Then how much is the profit? Profit is if you connect all these rectangular here. So graphically, so this area total here, you call this is profit. Everybody understand? David?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Sultan,
okay.
Pinyo,
Yeah.
Marilyn,
Yeah.
right? So here we go. So firms maximize profit by producing the quantity at which marginal cost equals to marginal revenue. That point will give us, now the question is, this point will give us the maximum profit? No, this point will give us the quantity we need to produce, Q mass. Okay? Okay, now answer this question. For a firm in a perfectly competitive market, the price of the good is always
A.
A.
well done. A. So now let's talk about the other stuff, which is competitive market supply curve. So supply curve, recall your discussion regarding supply. Supply characteristics are when price increases, quantity also increases. So look at the graph here. You see any curve here which resembles or can be a proxy for supply curve? Again, which one is upward sloping? MC. You see MC? If price increase from Q1 to Q1, quantity also increases. P1 to P2, Q1 to Q2. So it means MC can be a replica for supply curve, right? If MC is the replica for supply curve, then why not we call this whole MC as a supply curve? Why this section? Why only this section? From here, from here to here. Only this section. Why not this section? Because nobody wants to produce less than average total cost. Look at our decision. If MC is less than average total cost, increase quantity. So on the left hand side, MC is less than average total cost. Plus, nobody want to produce here. Why? Because producing here, if we produce here, you see